Manchester United 4, Liverpool 3. An epic FA Cup game ends with United knocking Liverpool out of the competition. There'll be no FA Cup fairy tale to end Jurgen Klopp's FA Cup career on. It will be Manchester United entering the semi-final draw alongside the likes of Manchester City, Coventry, and of course, earlier on today, Chelsea beat Leicester. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. A dejected and annoyed, frustrated, angry Captain Fletch here after what was an incredible bottle job, lackadaisical, just lazy performance from Liverpool overall. An absolute lazy performance from the Reds. A game in which I thought after half an hour, Liverpool were going to go on and control and go on and win pretty comfortably. I thought the opening half an hour would have been and gone. Man United looked tired. Man United looked like they had just completely given it their all for half an hour and were just going to just collapse completely. And even more so when Liverpool, of course, got their 2 goals before half-time to turn the game around completely, go in at half-time 2-1 up. And I thought Liverpool were going to control the game out from there, pick their moments and just pick off Manchester United at will. And they bottled it. They bottled it. They were lazy. They took it for granted. They took their eye off the ball completely and they slipped up heavily on this huge banana skin. And I don't want anybody telling me or anybody saying bigger fish to fry. I don't want any kind of that kind of comment in regards to obviously focusing on the Europa League, focusing on the Premier League. This was a competition that was there for the taking. This was a trophy that was there for the taking. When you look at the competition around Coventry, Manchester City and Chelsea, well, every time we face Chelsea, especially at Wembley, we beat them, especially in recent times. We were awesome last week against Manchester City and we almost beat them. I reckon another 30 minutes or so, we would have absolutely wiped the floor with them. That obviously now can't happen. And against Coventry, well, lower league opposition, I consider as strong favourites to obviously go through on that tie, regardless of whether it is the semi-final or the final that we meet any of those opponents on. But no, we bottled it to a Manchester United side who we know are not good. And that's not me trying to be horrible about it. We know they're not good because we've been saying it all season. We know they're not good, but they did turn up today. They did turn up today. Could have saved it for another day, another performance, but they did turn up today. Credit to Man United. After half an hour, like I say, they were incredible in that opening half an hour. But I thought it was done. I thought United had shot their best shot and that was all they could do because we still went in at half-time 2-1 up. We still killed off the game at that point with 2 quick-fire goals that were well taken, well drilled. And I thought that was it. And then, with 5 minutes to go of normal time, we let them back into the game. We let them back into the game and we didn't hold our nerve to the point where they then get that Anthony equaliser. And that's what annoys me even more. Anthony, of all friggin' people, Anthony, the human fidget spinner, scored against Liverpool. What? What was I witnessing? Man United were doing all of these intricate little one-touch passes, these little triangles and everything of the sort, none of which has ever been seen before this game, by the way. And yet, Liverpool let them do it. Liverpool looked lazy. Liverpool looked like we'd taken this game for granted. We completely underestimated them. And United just took that to their advantage. Fair credit and fair play to them. And just wiped the floor with us for the most part. In those key moments, they wiped the floor with us. And I'm not saying Liverpool were completely terrible because we did have our moments. But guess what? In those key moments, we bottled it. We absolutely bottled it in those key moments. Key counter-attacks, we were slow. We thought we had more time. The defending was just casual. Going forward on counter-attacks was just I don't know. Should I play the ball here? Should I play the ball there? I don't know what to do. It wasn't killer enough. It wasn't instinctive enough. It was just hope something opens up. Hope I make a decision between now and tomorrow about what to do with this ball. Oh, no, wait. They've taken the ball off us and they're down the other end having an attack. It was unbelievable how much Liverpool did not kill the game off. Just simply unbelievable. And then rounded off with, you know, I thought Harvey Elliott may have won it. I thought we could go on and see the game out from there. And then we bottled it again. And then we bottled it again. Rashford, who already given us 2 warnings, by the way. I know he missed both chances, and I know both of them chances were offside anyway. But he gave us 2 warnings, and we still didn't pay attention to those warnings, as United robbed possession of us very high up the pitch, and he has a simple enough task of rolling the ball past Kelleher into the back of the net. And then to make matters worse, a guy who is not rated by United a lot, or Erik ten Hag a lot, is the guy to be the match winner. They counter-attacked from a corner. It had flashbacks of Iago Aspas against Crystal Palace. Chelsea, sorry. And they run the length of the pitch. And Ahmad just rolls it just beyond the reach of Kelleher into the back of the net. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. We were poor. We seemed like we're taking it for granted. We seemed like we're going to roll up to Old Trafford and it'd be easy. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. Because even though we expected to win, we were still cautious about the scenario. It's a one-off game. It's a cup game. It's at Old Trafford. I've seen horrible Liverpool teams turn up to Old Trafford and still give United, who were at that time, at the peak of their powers, a run for their money. That's exactly what happened today. This United side shouldn't be beating us. This United side, especially with the way they're playing, back a few months ago, they put 10 men behind the ball and come out with a 0-0 draw. They didn't put 10 men behind the ball today. We just didn't take our chances in the counter-attacking area. We just basically went, we'll try, we'll get there, and then we'll wing it. There was no cutting edge. There was no decisive factor to our play. There was no killer instinct up front. There was absolutely nothing for us going forward until beyond, like, the final third. In the final third, there was absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing in regards to our counter-attacking play that we could have easily picked them off on, and we could have killed that game off, put that game to bed, and we could be sat here now, going, right, we're entering into the international break. We're currently joint top of the table, only second on goal difference. We're looking at the Europa League and going strong in that one. We've got Atalanta coming up in that competition in the quarterfinals. We've got whoever it will be in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Things are looking on for what could be an incredible and historic season for Liverpool Football Club. And yes, it still could be pretty historic. We've still got the Premier League title to contend for. We've still got the Europa League title to contend for. But this was there for the taking. This game was there for the taking. And especially against Manchester United, it just makes it even worse. It just makes it even worse. Look, let's say, we're going to the game and everything. First half an hour, like I say, was all United. We did not come out the traps. We did not look like we adjusted to the atmosphere. We looked poor. We looked slow. We looked sluggish. United were all over us. United get the goal through Scott McTominay. Nothing Kelleher could have done. I don't think really Kelleher could have done much about any of the 4 goals that United scored, in all honesty. I think the only thing he really had to do was pick the ball out the back of the net 4 times. But he made a couple of saves in there, to be fair to him. Anyway, like I say, nothing he could have done about McTominay goal. He made a good save initially, and it was just a rebound from McTominay. Poor defending again from the Reds. Then after half an hour, United tired, and we started to get a hold of the ball a bit more. We started to dominate a bit more. We started to create a few issues and a few problems. And eventually, we equalised. Jarell Kwanzaa, who I I thought he was brilliant on the day. I thought he was actually brilliant today. I don't think a lot can be placed on him at all. I thought he was brilliant. It was from him, the unlikely source in which we get our equaliser. He just picks up the ball and just decides to go on a run. I think he's been taking lessons from Joel Matip. Just goes on a run, finds Darwin Núñez in the penalty area. Núñez lays it off to Alexis McAllister and he fires into the back of the net and Liverpool are back on level terms. Then Liverpool go ahead. Mohamed Salah gets his goal. Great play. Fired into the area. Diaz sets up Darwin Núñez. Núñez's strike is initially saved by Onana, but falls kindly to Mohamed Salah, who makes no mistake from close range in finding the back of the net. We go into half-time. It's 2-1. I'm thinking, great. Just kill the game off. Come out in the second half. Let them come on to you. And we just hit them on the counter-attack. And that is what we tried to do. But we just couldn't execute it at all. At all. Just in any way, shape or form. And I've praised Liverpool a lot this season for their in-game, or Jurgen Klopp especially, for his in-game management and for his substitutions. And those substitutions normally turn in games. This was a rare example this season of where the subs didn't help us. They made us worse. And ironically, Harvey Elliott, being one of those subs, gets us the goal that makes it 3-2 in extra time. But you'll see what I mean in a minute. We try to play counter-attacking football. It doesn't quite work. United just keep going minute by minute. They're growing stronger. They're growing stronger. They're getting more belief that maybe they could nick something and take it to extra time. And then they do, because of that human fidget spinner, which is absolutely embarrassing, absolutely devastating. And, you know, if you're going to let him score in this kind of competition against you, you don't deserve to win the FA Cup. And that's obviously what's going to happen now for Liverpool. We're not going to win the FA Cup. Absolutely embarrassing. He makes it 2-2. Rashford has a glorious chance to make it 3-2 in the final second of the game. He puts it wide. It was judged to be offside anyway. Liverpool caught life there. And I'm thinking, okay, get a breather, get in, regroup, go again in extra time. We've been here before earlier on this season in a cup final. This is pretty much like a cup final against Manchester United anyway. Let's go out and just put them to the sword. And against the run of play, because United came out and dominated the first half of extra time as well, we actually did go on and score. Harvey Elliott's strike was deflected, past Onana and into the back of the net. 3-2 Liverpool, and I'm thinking, great, done and dusted. Just, again, this time, play it smart. Drop back a little bit, hit them on the counter-attack, be ruthless, and we win this game. What happens? We are again still sluggish and lackadaisical. We are so slow. And Darwin Núñez is just simply jogging with the ball. La 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 la. Where am I going to play the ball? Where am I going to put it? Oh, the ball's been robbed off me. Rashford's thrown goal and he scores. He makes it 3-3. It's just unacceptable. It's just absolutely unacceptable, that kind of moment. And it wasn't just Núñez. I know Núñez gave away the ball for the goal, but everybody was like that, and especially Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo, oh, I'll just go on with the match reactions because frustrating. And then I'm thinking, okay, we'll take it to penalties. The atmosphere was already telling me that we weren't handling the pressure then. It was already telling me that if this game goes to penalties, we probably will lose it in a penalty shootout anyway. So I think we would have lost it then as well, because the atmosphere simply got to us, it seemed. And it was so un-Liverpool-like, the way that we were playing and the way that we didn't adjust to the atmosphere and rise to the occasion, that I was sat there going, you know what? Penalties, we may have more of a chance than in open play right now. But at the same time, it's still Man United's game to win or to lose, because they are just feeding off that atmosphere from that crowd. And that's exactly what happened. And then, dying stage of the game, corner, comes out to Harvey Elliott. His control, he sort of gets in the way of Endo a little bit. It's in an awkward angle for him. And then United break. And then Amad Diallo's played in, and he finds the back of the net. Again, a guy that was almost out the door at Old Trafford in January. A guy that Erik ten Hag didn't want has come back to save not just his job, but to save Manchester United and embarrass Liverpool. You can't make up this stuff. You can't make up this crap. You really can't. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. And to make it worse, just to add the cherry on top of this particular cake, the friggin' international break's now upon us. The international break. Fantastic. So when we resume in a couple of weeks' time, several of the players that we were just on the verge of getting back will have suffered setbacks and more injuries. The big name players will probably get injuries as well. I just hate the international break so much. And this kind of particular time as well, it makes it even worse. Look, credit to Man United. They fed off the energy of the crowd. They played to the atmosphere. They were better than us today in pretty much every area for the key moments of the game. For the key moments of the game, they were great. Fair play. I don't know where that performance has been all season. I can see them bottling it in the next round. But at the same time, this is all they've got to play for now. And we know that. And again, there's no bitterness to that. It's just fact. It's just factual. Fair play to them. They won. They deserved it. We underestimated them. We were poor throughout the entirety, well, for that majority of the game. And we bottled it in key moments. I've seen Liverpool play poorly and still win these types of games. Not today. We just bottled it in those key moments. It was just dreadful. It was just absolutely dreadful. We move on. Standout performers. I thought Endo was great. I thought he dwindled towards the end of the game, but he's been playing a lot of minutes recently. It's somewhat to be expected of fatigue, I guess, from his point of view. Kwanzaa as well, like I say, I thought he was excellent today. I thought Kwanzaa was so good today in all areas. I thought he was so calm, cool and collected. And I'd say, like, apart from that, no one was really great. No one was exceptionally great today. Salah gets his goal. McAllister gets his goal, but otherwise mediocre somewhat performances from them too. Nunez, probably one of his poorest games I've seen in Liverpool shirt, and that's saying something. Diaz tried to make stuff happen, but yeah, it just wasn't happening for him on that left-hand side. Robertson was another one. He was always an outlet for us, particularly in the first half, but it seemingly was as soon as they brought on Connor Bradley and Gakpo, that's seemingly where the tide turned, because the left-hand side wasn't getting us forward as much anymore. Joe Gomez was already on a yellow card at that point. That seemingly turned the tide. It was seemingly the poor substitutions. And let me just say, on Cody Gakpo, I've tried to stick up for him these past couple of weeks. I know he's been playing a lot of minutes for us. I know he's been used heavily in the absence of players and obviously with the injury issues we've had recently. But Jesus Christ, that cameo performance today was absolutely abysmal, absolutely dreadful. And honestly, it killed the game. It killed our game. It killed the game in general. That was dreadful. And I don't want to make anyone a scapegoat. I really don't want to make anyone, because they were all poor. They were all poor. Harvey Elliott came on. He was poor. The majority of the performers that were already on the pitch were poor. But he especially, oh my God. I've tried to stick up for him these past few weeks. I've tried to help. I've tried to say, you know, it's okay to miss these kind of opportunities. I've tried to say to him, look, that might do him the world of confidence, that brace he got midweek in the Europa League game. I've tried to say that maybe his performance overall was better despite not scoring a goal. I can't defend him today. I can't defend. He was absolutely abysmal. He looked like he was still half asleep, and he looked like he was still wanting his bed. That guy, I can't even. Just so frustrating. Just so unbelievable. You pick your day to play. I was talking about from a United point of view. You pick your day to play your best performance over the course of the entire season. And for Liverpool, you pick your worst performance. You pick one of your worst performances of all season to happen here. Just embarrassing. What does that mean going forward? Look, I'm hoping that Liverpool will learn from this and be driven more so to win the rest of the silverware that is available to them come the end of the season. I'm hoping we don't go in some sort of really awkward downward spiral from this point forward. I'm hoping that is obviously not the case. As for United, I put out a post on Twitter yesterday. I said, with obviously Tottenham bottling it yesterday to Fulham, and then obviously, and more so in hindsight today, with obviously Villa dropping points as well. There's now a 9-point gap between Manchester United and top four, and I think they do have a game in hand. Who's to say that this United side don't fall arse backwards into that top four spot? I've got to say, based on today, if they keep up that level of performance going forward for the rest of the season, if they keep Højlund fit and he goes back to firing on all cylinders again, they have a chance. But the problem with them is that they won't be playing Liverpool every week. They won't be feeding off the energy of the crowd in that kind of atmosphere, in that kind of scenario every week. It's certainly possible for them to do, though, but whether they will or not, whether they'll take the momentum from this game going forward and ride it out, I don't know. But yeah, more so on the Liverpool thing. Look, Jesus Christ, I hate it when they take games like this for granted. I get it. There has been a lot of fatigue and a lot of games going into the legs of those players, and I could easily sit here and I could blame fatigue, and I could blame that kind of thing, and maybe the physical endurance as well as the mental effect that can have on players. And there may be an element of that. There may be an element of truth to what I'm saying there. But some of the decision making today, some of the play overall, some of the everything about it was inexcusable. And everything about the decision making, everything about the tempo of the game was just embarrassing. Just embarrassing, capped off by the fact that two of the goal scorers is just, you know, one's a human fidget spinner and one is a guy that wasn't even wanted by the club, seemingly. Like, I don't know. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating. It's annoying. We move on. No bigger fish to fry rubbish. No bigger fish to fry ridiculousness. Just, we were beaten by the better side. And that is the end of that. Fair play to United. They go on. We'll see. We'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next for Liverpool. We'll see what happens next for Man United. And we'll see what happens next for this competition. Anyway, that's all the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. Leave all of them kind of stuff in the comment section down below. United, Liverpool, neutral, rival, FA Cup fans, everywhere, whatever you want to call it. Just leave all of your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, down below in the comment section. I'm sure it'll make for interesting and great reading. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new and want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video / instant match reaction. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace out. Take it easy, guys. Thanks everyone for stopping by and watching. Just so angry and frustrated right now. It is what it is.